Ahead on 12 News, allegations of abuse at a New Hope senior care facility. It's a case that could lead to possible criminal charges. Plus, get ready for significant traffic delays if you commute into downtown Minneapolis. We'll explore some alternatives. And later, offering teens with special needs the ride of a lifetime. 12 News starts right now. It could be a West Metro version of Carmageddon. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Mike Johnson.
And I'm Delano Cleveland. If you live in Golden Valley or Plymouth, get ready for a month of brake lights and traffic jams.
A major road construction project begins tonight on I-394. Starting at 10 p.m., MnDOT will close the westbound lanes between I-94 and Highway 100 for resurfacing. All traffic from downtown Minneapolis will be rerouted onto the high occupancy toll lanes, and this will continue for 2 weeks. After that, the eastbound lanes of I-394 will be closed for similar repairs. One option to ease the hassle factor is using Plymouth Metrolink. Beginning Monday, these buses will offer express service to downtown on Highway 55.
Station 73, you can park for free. A bus leaves every 15 minutes to downtown. All of the buses that leave to downtown have Wi-Fi, and we've got this great mobile app that people can use to find their route, track their bus, and keep up to date with the service all in real time.
MnDOT is also suggesting that altering your commute times to and from work will help ease the congestion. Working from home is also not such a bad idea.
An assisted senior living community in New Hope is under investigation for alleged abuse of residents by 2 staff members. New Hope police say officials from St. Therese contacted them after a report of unusual injuries to 2 residents. Investigators say a concerned family placed a hidden camera in one of the rooms where their relative was staying. The camera captured video evidence of alleged abuse. A statement from St. Therese said that 2 nursing assistants were dismissed on June 29th after confirming the allegations. Those former employees have since been charged with a gross misdemeanor for mistreatment of residents and could face more serious charges.
Brooklyn Park Police are investigating a robbery that involved the victim being punched and held up at knife and gunpoint. It happened early this morning in the 6500 block of 67th Avenue. Police say the victim was parking his vehicle when 2 men approached him and demanded money. The victim gave up his wallet and walked away with minor injuries to his face. As we went to air Friday afternoon, no arrests had been made.
A key redevelopment project in New Hope is now complete. New Hope city leaders joined developers this morning to celebrate the opening of the Gates of New Hope apartment complex. It has 32 units ranging in price between $1,100 a month for a 1-bedroom to $1,600 for a 3-bedroom. New Hope Mayor Kathy Hemken says the apartments help fill a need in the city.
We have a lot of people in the community that want to stay here and don't want to be in houses anymore, so they wanted to have a place to live, and this is just perfect for that.
Developers say the complex opened July 1st and they are already at 100% occupancy.
In the Robbinsdale School District, it's down to 2 finalists for superintendent. They are Lori Simon, the Executive Director of Academics and Elementary Schools for the Robbinsdale District. She's been with the district for 5 years. The other finalist is Carlton Jenkins, the Chief Academic Officer for schools in Atlanta, Georgia. Before that, he was a superintendent in Saginaw, Michigan. The public will have a chance to meet both candidates during interviews next Wednesday and Thursday. After closing 3 schools 6 years ago, the Robbinsdale District is now in need of more space. School officials say enrollment is increasing to the point of overcrowding. That's apparent at Plymouth Middle School, where some teachers don't have their own classrooms. Renovations have already been approved there, but adding more space will be considered next month.
We're finding that our biggest issue is going to be in our middle schools. We're projecting over the next few years that our middle schools will be over capacity by 600 students.
In August, the school board is planning to vote whether to renovate and reopen 2 closed schools, including Pilgrim Lane Elementary.
Major League Baseball will honor its All-Stars next week. This week, a completely different set of All-Stars received some well-deserved recognition. Thursday night, the Minnesota Twins honored 39 officers and prosecutors for being the top DWI enforcers in the state. Officer Alex Weber of the Robbinsdale Police Department was one of the people honored. He had 50 DWI arrests last year. The Twins also recognized Crystal Officer Tim Tourville, who had 45 DWI arrests. In total, police arrested more than 25,000 people for DWI last year. A Brooklyn Park program is giving young people with special needs a ride of a lifetime this summer.
Quincy's Fresh Beat Clubhouse was started in October. 12 News reporter Sonia Goen shows us how it's working.
This is my horse. This is Regent Momentum.
Regent Arabians in Rogers is known for its majestic Arabian horses.
He just got done with regionals and he got a bunch of titles.
Arabians are one of the most popular breeds of riding horses.
Every time we came around, he wanted more.
Now, teens with Quincy's Fresh Beat Clubhouse get to experience the horses up close.
What it does for us is allow us to give our strengths to others that are looking to grow their own.
There's a special connection between a rider and a horse.
The horse senses the uniqueness of each and every rider, whether they have special needs or otherwise.
Okay, one more time.
For 20-year-old Justin Indega, this was a ride of a lifetime.
He did not want to get off. He wanted to be on there even more.
Can you smile again? Yeah, you had fun, didn't you?
Justin is autistic and nonverbal, but you can tell by his expression he's thoroughly enjoying saddling up.
I don't have words to describe that. It's a wonderful experience.
Mike says riding horses brings Justin a sense of peace.
He's calm whenever he's around animals.
Justin wasn't the only one having fun.
Oh!
This is Quincy Jackson.
Did you have fun?
His dad, Donald Jackson, started the program.
I'm literally, traveling all over the city trying to find activities for him because there's none ongoing in our community that I can just bring him to and just say, let's have some fun.
Whoa!
Jackson says opportunities for teens with special needs are limited.
This is the first time he actually got this close to the horse.
And he wants to change that by offering the teens activities like this one.
There's a certain joy that they get because they don't have that exposure all the time to this kind of environment.
In Rogers,
It is real heartwarming.
Sonia Goins, 12 News.
There are 7 members of Quincy's Fresh Beat Clubhouse, and the group is currently fundraising so they can buy a permanent place to call home, and we'll have more information on our website, 12.tv. Coming up, we are live at Maple Grove Days, where there is some serious searching going on.
Then later in sports, it's soccer time. We'll have a preview of the big USA Cup Youth Tournament.
But first, that hot July weather has arrived. With the humidity, it could feel like 100 degrees on Sunday.
Welcome back. Maple Grove Days is in full swing with everything from a duct tape fashion show to bed races to a diaper derby.
Joining us now in Maple Grove with more on this weekend's events is 12 News reporter Eric Nelson. Eric?
All right, thanks a lot, Mike and Delane. Well, we're out here at Maple Grove Days. It is hot and muggy. Luckily, we're in the shade. Weaver Lake is behind us. This is day 2 of Maple Grove Days, and joining us now is Tanya Hilger, one of the organizers of this great event. And tell us about what is going on behind us. It's called Capture the Flag. It looks like controlled chaos.
It is a little controlled chaos. This is one of our teen events for Maple Grove Days this year. We have, I think, just over 80 kids. It's a free event. We come out from 3 to 5 and play Capture the Flag. We have some staff, some volunteers, and they're just having a great time. This is game number 2, I think we're on right now, but we'll be here till 5 o'clock having a lot of fun.
All right, the parade kicked off everything last night, and of course things get into high gear tonight and through the weekend. Tell us about some of the highlights.
Well, tonight the coronation is going on at the Maple Grove Community Center for the Maple Grove Ambassadors, and tomorrow is also tonight it's also the Kids Parade, and then tomorrow morning we have a 3-on-3 basketball tournament at the Maple Grove Community Gyms, and all of the festivities going on at the community center, in the parking lot, at the Town Green, Main Street. There's the art fair. And then, of course, fireworks on Saturday night.
And this event, Maple Grove Days, it's really blowing up. I mean, each year it seems to get bigger and better.
Definitely for teens. I focus a lot on the teen programs, and there's definitely lots of more participants this year than any of the other years.
All right, Tanya, good luck, and thanks for stopping by.
Oh, thank you so much.
All right, Tanya Hilger from the Maple Grove Days Organizing Committee. So parents out there, take note. This is a very kid-centric event. Bring them out. It goes on all weekend. Let's go back to Mike and Delane.
All right, thank you very much, Eric. Well, coming up, one way to cool off, we dive into the sea for a performance of The Little Mermaid.
But first, a huge American Legion baseball tournament gets underway. John Jacobson has the highlights when we come back.
big baseball tournament and a really good time for some good pitching.
Good start for one of the teams that's hosting a site this weekend. The largest American Legion baseball tournament in the U.S. is underway at several sites, including Maple Grove. The 96-team Jim Hanna's Gopher Classic Tournament runs Friday through Tuesday. Maple Grove hosting Delano in pool play Friday morning. Grove starting pitcher Mason McMahon ends the top of the first inning with a strikeout on the start of a big day for him. Bottom of the second, still scoreless. Jordan Albers grounds a ball hard to second and is off the second baseman's glove. Jaden Roll scores on the play, and it's 1-0 Maple Grove. In the third, Brett Schultz comes through with a big hit to right center field. And it drops in, and it scores Bubba Horton. It's 2-0 Maple Grove, and it's a double for Schultz. Maple Grove adds another run in the sixth. Albers with a fly ball to center field. It's deep enough for Schultz to tag up and score from third for the final run of the game. McMahon goes the distance on the mound, tossing a two-hit shutout and striking out 10. Maple Grove wins it over Delano 3-0. Pool play continues through Sunday at 16 sites across the metro with several local teams in the tournament. The championship rounds are Monday and Tuesday. Robbinsdale's Whiz Bang Days is underway. The 5th annual Whiz Bang Youth Baseball Tournament gets started this afternoon. The tournament has grown to 16 teams this season with 2 age groups, 19U and a 14-15U group. Lakeview Terrace Park is the main hub for Whiz Bang Days, and some games will be played there and some at the year-old remade Lee Park. A half dozen teams from the Armstrong Cooper Association are entered, with some others from the northwest suburbs also in the tournament. It's one of the tournament that the Armstrong Cooper players really look forward to.
You know, I think that the kids really look forward to this tournament because it's their hometown tournament. I think that that's a big deal for a lot of these kids. And, you know, we play in a couple of tournaments during the year, but this is the one they all mark on the calendar. We want to win Whiz Bang Days. And I know that I've coached a team in the past that has won it, or teams in the past that have played in it. And they always look forward to playing in this tournament because they want to win on this field in their hometown.
And that tournament runs through Sunday afternoon. Also underway today is the first portion of the huge Schwann's USA Cup Youth Soccer Tournament. USA Cup Weekend is the 3-day event prior to the main tournament. I talked with USA Cup's Barclay Cruz about this year's record turnout of teams.
1,153 teams, that's 93 more than last year, so it's a pretty significant bump. We couldn't be happier with the numbers. It's always nice to break records.
16 countries and was it 17 states, 19 states?
19 states, 16 countries, so good counts there. We have one new country this year, Aruba, which is kind of interesting, a Caribbean nation. So that's kind of the rundown on where teams are from. We have all the usual suspects are represented. Of course, teams from all over Canada, Sweden, Norway, Japan, Latin America heavily represented. Costa Rica, Mexico, Colombia, Brazil. So.
This is the 31st year for the Cup, and I know the last several years now you've had the USA Cup weekend preceding the more traditional week-long tournament. And how much do teams enjoy that, having the option to play in one or the other? Some play both, but usually it's one or the other.
Yeah, actually it's a tournament, the weekend tournament. We created it to provide teams with an option. It's 2 less days and it's a little bit less money. And it really appeals to teams from the upper Midwest a lot. You'll see, we have like 38 teams, I believe, something like that, from Iowa playing in the weekend tournament, and not very many playing in the week-long tournament. So that shows what the market kind of is choosing there.
I want to ask you about the Kick Cancer Day. I know that's been going on for a couple of years, but I don't think we've asked you about it before. Tell me a little bit about what's happening on July 15th.
Yeah, it's a day when we benefit 4 different cancer-fighting charities, and the tournament will donate $1 for every goal that's scored that day, and every shutout that a goalie records. And then teams also get into it by launching some of their own fundraising efforts. We really are committed to it because we think it's really important. These are kids playing in this tournament. It's a youth tournament, and it's important to let them know that there's things in life more important than winning a soccer game. And for us, it's Kick Cancer.
A USA Cup weekend runs through Sunday, and then the regular 5-day USA Cup tournament gets underway on Tuesday.
It's a fun event, but always happens during the hottest time of year.
Seems like it, yeah.
All right, thanks,
No
John.
doubt.
Well, still ahead, a deep-sea theater retreat.
Stages Theater takes the plunge for a performance of The Little Mermaid. We'll have a preview next. Well, if summer gets a little too warm for you, you can always take a break and cool off under the sea.
Stages Theater in Hopkins takes you there. Neil Persley explains in today's Weekend Showcase.
It's hard to believe that it's been 26 years since The Little Mermaid first hit the silver screen.
It's all the music they love, all the characters they love, all the characters they love to hate. But it's really a very true telling of the story.
Through the play, the characters come to life. Isabella Huerta plays King Triton's trusted advisor, Sebastian.
He is usually a very uptight kind of, he has a certain plan for how things go, and if it doesn't go, he gets a little, tense and out of whack.
The Little Mermaid travels to the surface one night with Sebastian and friends and rescues a prince who was drowning after his ship wrecked. The mermaid sings to him on the shore until he regains consciousness, but then quickly retreats to the ocean.
Prince Eric really loves the sea, and so at the beginning he's out on his ship and he's having a great time, but Grimsby's really pressuring him to find a bride.
After hearing Ariel's voice, Eric vows to find the girl who saved him. Ariel vows to find a way to become human, to be with Eric. Sebastian is caught between his friendship with Ariel and his service to Triton, his king.
Of course, he wants to do the best he can for Triton.
There is a sea witch involved who makes a deal with Ariel where she gives up her beautiful voice for an opportunity to be human for 3 days.
At some points, the audience are under the sea with those characters, and sometimes they're actually looking on land.
The technical aspects of the show are an amazing feat.
It's not just like watching it on a screen, everyone's out in the aisles. I mean, you're completely immersed in this world under the sea.
For Weekend Showcase, I'm Neil Persley, 12 News.
Little Mermaid runs at Stages Theater in Hopkins now through August 2nd. One of my favorite movies growing up as a kid. That's all the news for now. Thanks for joining us.
As we say goodbye, here's a look at some of you lined up for Thursday's parade in Maple Grove. Have a great weekend, everyone.